Okay, so surprise. I keep meaning to get this out a lot sooner, but a lot of things were a bit later, like, for example, forgetting to bring an award at like Tewkesbury to hand it over to one of the winners. But yeah, I think this is the very last time that this awards video is going to be late. So the plan for next year, actually funnily enough, is going to be, so as soon as the results have been analysed and verified, the video will then go out, and then the awards will be handed out to their winners at a later date rather than vice versa. But anyway, hello and welcome to the 2025 Verise Euphoria Awards. So this is the awards announcement and the results announcement of who had won the awards as voted by you, my audience. Now, before I do actually get into this, I did want to address some comments that I made in last year's video about certificates. Some did take offence to that, which looking back is understandable, and I sincerely regret that, because certificates do have artistry and creativity behind them too. So, yeah, I think I'd better leave it at that, because I feel like I'm treading on thin ice, because I don't want to end up saying the wrong thing. But anyway, so we've done the awards ourselves as usual. Decided to do a different design this time round, purely because last year's design was good, but it was the machining time that was the big issue, and this time was more time friendly and resource friendly. So starting off, so instead of having as much pizzazz as I did last year, it's just going to be a quick, simple video going through the nominations and the awards, as well as the percentage each winning candidate received. So let's start off with the award for Best Ride. Right, so here we go. Here come the results. And the nominations for Best Ride are Extreme, John Parrish; IceJet, Terence Reeves; Top Scan, Henry Danter; New York, New York, Thomas Harris Jr. and Superstar, John Wall. And the winner of Best Ride 2025 is Top Scan, Henry Danter, with 31.4% of the votes. Next we move on to Best Brand New Ride for 2024. And here come the nominations. Venom, Orbital Events Limited; The Hulk, Michael Albert Price; Joker, Dexter Hackett; Blaze, David John Rowland; and Zero Gravity, Charles and Warren James. And the winner of the Best Brand New Ride for 2024 award is Joker, Dexter Hackett, with 29.4% of the votes. Ignore the extra point. Anyway, so now we're moving on to Best Ride imported in 2024. So rides that were imported into the country, and the nominations this year are Vertical Limit, Cy Abbott; Skyfall, Tom Matthews Jr.; Equinox, Henry Danter; Apollo 13, John Thomas Bagnall; and Around the World, Henry Chipperfield Jr. and Wesley Gill. And the award goes to Equinox, Christopher Danter, with 45.1% of the votes. Now, the next ride is the award for the ride that improved the most in 2024. So the nominations are Reactor, Evan Moran Jr.; Super Bob, Kent Little and Hernest, probably mispronounced that one; Freak Out, Henry Studd. I really need to learn how to pronounce that Kent's surname. Little and Hernest, I get there. Anyway, Chaos, Mark Thurston; Little and Hernest, probably did that time. Anyway, Terminator 3, Harrison Rogers. I'll just leave that. Anyway, so the ride that improved the most according to the votes is Reactor, Evan Moran Jr. with 56.9% of the votes. And now the award for Best Fairground Transport. And the nominations are Taylors of Edinburgh, Atmosphere, Stanley Reeves Jr., John Wall and Sons, Captain Roland, Roland J. DeVay, and Pat Collins Funfairs. And this year's Best Fairground Transport goes to Atmosphere, Stanley Reeves Jr. with 31.4% of the votes. Now on to Best Light Package. And the nominations this year are Air Raid 2, Mitchell Wilmot, Atmosphere Creator, Albert John Evans, IceJet, Terence Reeves, Aerospace, Henry Danter, and Exciter, Dane Crowe. And the award this year goes to IceJet, Terence Reeves with 35.3% of the votes. Now on to Best Artwork. And the nominations this year are Extreme, John Birch Jr., Aerospace, Henry Danter, Over the Falls, Alan Jenkins, Superstar, John Wall, Terminator 3, Harrison Rogers. And the Best Artwork this year award goes to... Oh, it's Alan with Over the Falls again, with this year 33.3% of the votes. So, anyway, on to Most Intense Ride Experience. But you probably saw that coming knowing my audience. Anyway, so the nominations for Most Intense Ride Experience this year are Apollo 13, John Thomas Bagnall, Equinox, Christopher Danter, Air Max, Darren Matthews. I should have put just Darren Matthews, not Darren Matthews Jr. because I could have one. So anyway, Aerospace, Henry Danter. I'm trying to get this out as quick as I can so I can just can't be bothered today. Top Scan, Henry Danter. Just ignore the junior at the end of Darren Matthews because legally it's in his dad's name. Anyway, the Most Intense Ride Experience this year goes to Air Max, Darren Matthews with 39.2% of the vote. Well, if you know my audience and the measures I've put in place to make sure that the same person doesn't end up winning, you'll probably see where this one is going. This is Best Showmanship. So there were so many candidates to choose from, and yeah, so basically there was too much to choose. So basically, if they got at least one nomination, then they were eligible. They were eligible to be in the votes for the award. But anyway, without further ado, the nominations for Best Showmanship this year were David James Hackett, Thomas Harris Jr., Evan Moran Jr., William Henry Clark, Alan Jenkins, Addison and Rowland, Shane Wyatt, John Wall and Sons, Darren Matthews, and James Danter and Sons. Now, of all of those candidates, who won the award this year? Oh. Well, that's a surprise. Let's face it, I think you kind of see this coming. But yeah, Alan Jenkins won this award again with 27.5% of the vote. So, yeah, that's it. That's the awards results. So, that is it for the 2025 Fairground Euphoria Awards. Now, just to recap on something that I said at the beginning, is instead of handing out the awards and then doing the results announcement video, I will be doing it vice versa. So it'll be announcing the results publicly first via a video, and then the awards will be handed out to their recipients at a later date. So I just felt that this would be a lot easier because the waiting game is a little bit ridiculous, and I just feel that, you know, getting the results out much sooner will be a lot easier, I think. But anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Now, we do actually have quite a lot of videos left over from the likes of Oxford St Giles, Nottingham Goose Fair and Tewkesbury Mock Fair. So those are going to be scheduled daily, and then we are trying to make it to Loughborough, funnily enough. But in terms of covering travel costs and hotel costs, it's actually, fun enough, after the week I get paid, so I should be able to, in theory. But if I don't, then I'll still be covered for content for November until the winter events, which is something to look forward to. But thank you so much for watching, and as always, see you later.